Hi everyone, thanks for joining in today. It's good to see such a large interest in identity and access management and how economic slowdown can be battled using IAM. I am Mihir from the business and marketing team at miniOrange, and I will be one of your hosts today for the webinar along with my colleague Manya. We have tried to make sure that the information we present to you in the next 30 minutes is very insightful and of maximum value to all of you. Having said that, I really do appreciate you taking out this time from your busy week to hear us out. Let's jump right in. For today's webinar, we will be discussing miniOrange's core identity product, and consequently, you will understand the value it provides, why we stand out, what our USP is, and all of our points will be tied into one central idea, which is how IAM can actually be a great way for your organization to combat worldwide economic slowdown. This journey starts off by making right and well-informed identity decisions. We will be guiding you through making these decisions by providing you with very insightful data collected from our experience in this space for almost a decade. You will know why hundreds of organizations have recently been migrating to miniOrange IDP from their existing identity solutions, how they seamlessly carried this task through using our support, and the massive economic impact they have already created internally by doing so. During these times, it often happens that employees fear layoffs and might be tempted to gain access to unauthorized information to use it for their personal benefit, like leaking important data to your competitors. Human intervention usually lacks traceability and loyalty towards the company, and people are less inclined to recognize or report inappropriate activities and data security concerns if they come across any. A good identity solution can solve all of that for you. I think this is a perfect segue into getting a quick overview of miniOrange's IDP product. Let's get started. As you can see, miniOrange's core identity product provides a central and converged IAM solution, which brings together some of the most sought after IAM features such as single sign-on, multi-factor authentication, risk-based authentication, user lifecycle management, which includes user provisioning, deprovisioning, universal directory, and a few more very specific and segregated features to ensure that your entire identity journey is seamlessly handled from one central platform. We believe that security can be very simple and with a high return on investment, and we eliminate friction in the IAM journey of our users by providing complete end-to-end support for every single admin product interaction. My colleague Manya will actually be covering all of these features in depth further on in the webinar. So for now, let's dive deeper and take a look at how our identity product can be tailored to exceed your expectations while still meeting your approved security budget. At miniOrange, we believe in building products that can enable you to create more value than they consume. That's the only way it makes sense. Our offering promises a very strong requirement to budget fit that is custom tailored to your exact use case for an IAM solution. As you can see on your screens, our research shows that over 90% of IAM vendors increase their contract pricing by 10% year over year. Let that sink in. This is a very large investment and budget changing move when you consider a wide timelines of 3-year or 5-year or even 10 years. miniOrange's offering aims to change this widely implemented procedure. We also offer a very reasonable pricing to begin with, and the fact that there are no increases over the years ends up being a very high ROI decision for all of our clients. We've seen this work. We also see vendors price their basic SSO, MFA, and risk-based authentication solution at wild prices like $6 per user per month or even higher in certain cases. Another latest sales trends that we have seen is vendors are adding minimum annual contracts of $2,000 or even more for their products. Trust me, great identity management is not that expensive. There are a few strong practices we adhere to for providing this high value to all of our customers that we promise. A few of those are multi-year contracts that promise that there will be no increase in year-over-year cost. This is a very important differentiating factor. We also offer perpetual licenses with basic annual maintenance costs to enable larger time frame implementations, which is a requirement for a lot of enterprise identity customers. We also have massive volume discounts on upfront multi-year contracts to ease into your security budgets. And we have a constant endeavor to stand out from other IAM products that have undisclosed price increases. miniOrange's offering fits your budget, as our pricing is highly flexible when it comes to choosing the correct breakdown of services that you require. Our licenses are based on your monthly active usage. What that means is you don't ever have to pay for any users who are not even using our service. Our support plans are also incredibly customizable, and all of these little details add up to thousands of dollars saved year over year as compared to every other IAM product in the space. On top of that, we also offer very competitive pricing and special discounts for small businesses, startups, non-profit organizations, educational or education affiliated institutions, and governmental entities. It's the best case scenario for every organization, really. Coming on to the real game changer in IAM that nobody talks about: support. I cannot stress on this enough. Good support at crucial times feels like a sunny day on a cold winter morning. One of our top complaints from customers that come to us from an existing identity solution is that their existing support is slow, robotic, buggy, and basically dead. We solve that for you. miniOrange support is at the core of what we do, and we make sure that every single support interaction is personalized, human, and more importantly, it is a genuine conversation with a supportive team instead of a costly and a time-constrained consultation session that other vendors have. We also ensure that every customer encounter from our support team to you is of the highest quality. We do that by making sure that each call is sent directly to an expert technical engineer who already has complete context about your environment and your use case. This avoids a lot of time-consuming and irritating processes of navigating faceless and automated chatbots. We've all been there. Talking about the different types of support, we have proactive support packages where offerings are designed to align with the complexity of your environment. For customers who want tailored options to meet specific SLAs, resolve major incidents, or help with staff turnover, we offer additional support packages as per their need. Even if you've not opted for any support packages, you've got nothing to worry about. For any query raised, regardless of what support plan you're on, we always respond in less than 12 hours, no matter the nature of the query. That's how we make sure that miniOrange is your real partner. So before we move ahead, we would actually like to ask you a few questions to understand your organization's preferences and to get better context over your identity needs. You should be seeing a couple of questions and a few options as answers on your screen right about now. Thanks for answering those questions and giving us more information. This will just help us help you better. Moving ahead, a key question that every organization encounters while deploying an identity solution is that what are our deployment options? What is the best option for our context? Every identity deployment is unique, but there are 3 usual ways you can go about it: on premises, in the cloud, or within a hybrid environment. With other vendors, you're always forced into choosing a deployment model of their choice due to feature gaps between models, certain bugs in specific flows, or pricing reasons. With miniOrange, this gets massively easier as all 3 of our deployment models are on perfect sync and feature parity and are priced the exact same, having their own individual set of convincing advantages. For miniOrange's on-premise solution, the complete software is installed and set up inside your company firewall. There is no connection to the internet, and any person outside the company intranet cannot directly access the system. Our on-premise solution is truly on your premises with no hidden cloud components. Even though most organizations are now moving on to cloud solutions, there are many companies that still want data privacy and they opt for our on-premise solution due to regulatory or compliance reasons of their region. We can deploy a highly available or single server architecture of the on-premise solution in a matter of minutes. Parallelly, the major advantage of a cloud solution is very well known. There are no infrastructure overheads, it reduces the setup and maintenance cost and time required by a very considerable amount. This also comes with the advantage of increased flexibility, scalability, and availability. Alternatively, a hybrid model is also one of the options you have. It is one of the first steps that many companies take when they want to undergo a digital transformation journey, as it is less expensive and less resource intense than a fully private cloud option. This makes it very popular among tech professionals. miniOrange's hybrid deployment can help your organization bridge the gap between your on-premises and your cloud paradigms. This provides you with the scalability and features of a cloud environment while still maintaining the on-premise footprint which many enterprise security departments are most comfortable with already. Now that you know all the available options and their benefits, you can assess your organizational needs and select the best suitable model. We can proudly inform you that miniOrange Identity Solution is available with all these three options, and you can choose any three of them as there are no feature gaps amongst them. To add to the list of benefits, there is no huge difference between the licensing costs either. To summarize, if you're a new startup or a small to medium scale organization, you can opt for our cloud solution. Enterprise customers who aspire to move to the cloud can get started with the hybrid solution, and government agencies or companies with other regulations can opt for our on-premise solution. For any model that you choose, miniOrange provides you scope for multiple customizations to fit this solution exactly as per your need. You can have customized login pages, branded URLs, white labeling support, etc. And we cater to the solution to fit perfectly with your infrastructure and preferences in order to strike a balance between security and user experience. As you can see, we have our cloud hosted in AWS in different regions that are available here. You're free to choose where you want your data to reside out of any of the options. We also promise an uptime of 99.995% and above on our cloud. That binds through an overview of our deployment options, and I think this is a good time for Manya to step in and explain some of our features and competitive advantages that we have over some popular vendors you might have heard of. So Manya, over to you.
Hello everyone. Thanks Mihir, that was a great start. Moving on to the product itself, aside from high budgetary value, exceptional support and industry best deployment options, we do have some IAM features that really makes us stand out. We'll take a look at a high level overview of our SSO, MFA, RBA and provisioning functionalities, along with a few specific attributes that make them surprisingly useful. Moving on to the SSO, when single sign-on is discussed, application-related concerns are typically the focal point. What are the number of applications? Is the application compatible with any standardized protocol that enables SSO? How long will the SSO integration process take place? And will my in-house applications even be supported? So miniOrange's product solves all these concerns and even more. We not only support every SSO protocol there is, but we can also connect with a large number of on-premise, mobile, and legacy applications, which are usually kept out of the IAM scope due to technical barriers. In case you have web apps, we have a browser extension, and in case you have your own apps, we have convenient SSO connectors to connect to them all. All in all, basically, we ensure that no single application is left out of your IAM scope. Additionally, some end users from other vendors complained that when they asked for customization and setup assistance, the majority of the providers either outright rejected them or demanded exorbitant fees. That's not the case here. Our aim is to provide value and not sucking your budget dry. All right, we would like to ask you a few more specific questions on top of the polls you already answered during Mihir's presentation. You should be seeing a couple of questions and a few options as answer is on your screen right about now. Alright, let's jump on to user provisioning. This feature might interest your HR department. Let me start off with an example. Whenever a new employee is hired, one of the most and first things an organization does is create a record of that employee in the HRMS, right? Moving forward, the HR and IT teams work together to provide a new hires with all access to the resources such as applications, accounts, related systems. They will need to do their job. Here's where the concept of user provisioning comes into play. It helps the admin provide the right level of access to the right users during the onboarding and offboarding of the process. I'm assuming your current identity provider has this feature set in place, but does their provisioning support all of your current applications? Few of our customers who were looking to migrate informed us about how their current identity solutions need time to time manual sync. Not all of the apps used were covered within their IAM scope. Provisioning is required in order to keep the user data and applications synchronized in real time, but most of the time. IT administrators are required to manage this sync manually, which is putting an extra burden on them. Now, what is your identity provider charging you for if your IT admins are still occupied with these redundant tasks? With miniOrange provisioning, organizations can increase their productivity, become more efficient, and free IT to concentrate on adding value. As we offer over 150 plus pre-integrated applications like G Suite, Soho, Salesforce, Workday, and many more for onboarding and offboarding. When HR adds a new employee or changes their role, miniOrange automatically updates their account with the app permissions they need and adds the employee to the relevant privileged access groups. This, in turn, eliminates the challenges and delays associated with manual managing profiles and account rights, hence, making sure that every sync happens in real time. Now, that's actually important. All of this is actually helpful in mitigating security breaches by reducing the impact of human mistakes and improving operational efficiency. miniOrange also integrates with Azure AD and many other directory services, automating and managing the entire life cycle as users join, changes roles, and leave an organization. Hope that was helpful. Let's move on to next slide. Alright, with MFA, the hottest topic right now is the method of delivery. MFA is definitely easy, but there's 100 ways to do it. Some vendors are sending out OTPs, someone is installing Google Authenticator, someone is also figuring out the right security question to ask. It's all chaos. Here at miniOrange, we do things differently. You get to choose from our large arsenal of 15 plus MFA methods. You can continue using what you already use or start using a method that's perfectly in sync with your preference. No enforcement, no restriction, no gaps. We have it all. I understand that your company wants to go ahead with the most popular brand in the market, but when you are a user who is busy trying to get things done and has to wait for a long time to receive an MFA token, every second is more annoying than the last, right? And users end up opting out for MFA. That is definitely what you are not looking for. Additionally, in case you lose your phone, then you are caught up since you'll need to work with their slow robotic help desk to get things sorted. In such situations, brand value means nothing. It's the response time, the small feature polishing, the personalization of the MFA method, and such details which make your user experience better. In case you want to even go further, here is Adaptive MFA for you. Let me move on to the next slide. All right. So we have smart risk-based authentication methods for better context and risk management. You can add restrictions based on IP address, location, devices, or time of access within miniOrange itself, and users will have access to their apps only when and from where you want them to. There's really nothing better than this. Next, I have something interesting for you. All right. Whether we like it or not, economic slowdown is here. You can already see it in terms of layoffs, budgetary cuts, and such. Decision makers must understand that now is the time to find the right service provider who fits in their budget and yet offers the best services needed to support the security posture. Taking advantage of new modern options like miniOrange requires a quick move, and savvy business leaders know it. Just like these leaders, you might have the same questions we get about migration. Let me address those. What will they need to successfully sign in? What are our options for moving all these customer profiles? What happens to their passwords? How long will this transition take? Many companies are looking to shift and experiencing the same pain of the transition. miniOrange is helping companies to make transition with as little friction as possible. At miniOrange, we understand that every customer has a unique architecture and each comes with its own set of requirements. For such reason, miniOrange offers several methods of migration for your customers at no cost. Yes, you heard it right, no cost at all. With a wide range of options available to fit your needs, migration can be relative breeze. Whether you are migrating from an on-premise legacy system such as Active Directory, LDAP, a database, or any other identity provider, miniOrange has a solution and options designed for your needs. Now, for all those who stayed till the end with us at this webinar, on behalf of miniOrange, I would like to offer free connectors for all your in-house applications, but for a limited time to ensure your scope expands and your IAM deployment covers all your apps. Let's move on to the next slide. All right. miniOrange is also an up-and-coming leader on a large list of marketplaces and product platforms due to our unique offering and excellent feature that the product comes with. We have been recognized on multiple peer review platforms such as G2, Gartner Peer Insights, Capterra, as well as large vendor comparison spaces such as CrossDesk and Finances Online. We also have a bold list of partners in our portfolio with the likes of Oracle, Microsoft, Atlassian, Drupal, and other tech giants to expand common business prospects and technologies. Some of our unique solutions that sit on top of these partner technologies are the only offerings in this space which are verified and integrated for the security and convenience of our end users. miniOrange is one of the top 100 software listed on Gartner Peer Insights. This demonstrates our excellent B2B relations, the power and capabilities of our product. That wraps up everything that we wanted to show you in today's webinar. I hope this has been a productive use of your time. We do look forward to hearing from you about progress on your IAM strategy. You can reach out to us at idpsupport@securify.com to take things forward and to avail all the freebies and credits you have gotten as a function of attending this webinar. Thanks a lot. Thanks for your time. Now that we are done with the webinar, we have kept aside some time to answer all of your questions about anything we spoke about. our product, our support, any specific integrations, any IAM related queries, or anything else that you would like to speak about. Please type in your question in the chat box and we will answer them right away. We are available online for next 10 minutes.